Yo, welcome back to the Noid. I actually have played Game of the Year Edition, as it turns out. I forgot, but I've definitely gone through all of these individual modes that you see here in the past. I just forgot about it. And I'm gonna not do the New Game Plus yet. I'm gonna go back to None Pizza. You know, None Pizza. And gonna just beat the game with the regular old Noid character and... Can I? Yeah? Okay. I didn't know why I wasn't skipping the cutscene there. Usually you can skip it a little faster than that, but... I'm gonna go through this again, but this time I'm gonna try to collect all the miniature pizzas and the chicken dinners. Not that I know if that's what they're called or not, but they say winner, winner, chicken dinner whenever you collect them, so I'm just gonna assume that that's what they're called. Speaking of winner, winners of chicken dinners, I had a good chicken dinner earlier today. It is February 10th. Well, it probably isn't by now, but it's... Well, no, it's probably still February 10th. It's about to be 11th, though, because I like to record these very late at night. And... basically, I wanted some chicken nuggets, and we usually have them in the freezer, and I had to open up a new bag. And so I looked in the bag, and I audibly gasped, because I found out right then that those nuggets were dinosaur nuggets. And I enjoy dinosaur nuggets. They're fun. I would say better than normal nuggets for reasons that cannot be explained. Like, I'm not even positive what makes them particularly different, but partly just I like the way that they're shaped. They kind of remind me of childhood, and also there's a certain texture difference because there's a shape to them that isn't just, you know, nugget shape. Little weird blob. So I went through the tutorial stage again. I don't know if it's really much of a tutorial stage when there is no tutorial attached to it, which is kind of nice, honestly. It doesn't tell you anything about the controls, you just touch and go. It's, yeah, it's a nice experience. Also, this void, I haven't really talked too much about how empty and eerie this void is, but I like the weird dark elements to this very goofy game. That is kind of my style. I like when silly and stupid and dark and creepy all collide. Back in the Swing Factory, gonna do some things that we didn't do before. Does this music qualify as swing? Because I know the reason that it's called the Swing Factory is because you swing around in it, but I have to wonder, because I'm not totally sure. I found you, and now I'm gonna leave you. Goodbye, Oroki. Oh no, no entry. Look what I'm doing. I'm entering. Breaking and entering. So, one thing that I kind of wish was different about this game that was not addressed in the Game of a Year edition is there's no counter for the pizza. I would like for there to be some kind of counter like, you have 64 out of 111 pizzas, or however many there are, I have no idea. Because it would be more convenient for going through these linear stages if you knew exactly at what points you're supposed to have a certain number of pizzas. Like, that's something that I liked about the... not the Honey Hive level in Mario Galaxy, but the one that's the mirror version of it, whatever that one's called. Because I'm pretty sure there was a purple coin mission in that one where the goal is to collect 100, but whenever you're at a point where you should have 30, there's a character that tells you, hey, have you found 30 yet? And it's like, oh, I'm on the right track. That's a nice design choice, and I approve. And I also approve of the design choice with the tad tones in Skyward Sword, where, even though that is nobody's favorite part of that game, I appreciate that whenever you're going around collecting the tad tones, they don't tell you where to look for them or where to find them, but once you've found a very large percentage of them, it tells you where the last ones are, so you're not looking around for them for ages. I guess it would also be nice if that was optional. Like, you have the option to choose whether you want to hint as to where all the last ones are or not. Or maybe there is something like that and I just forgot how it works, but Yooka-Laylee has that, more or less. Whenever you've collected most of the quills in Yooka-Laylee, there's a way to turn on the hint system wolf whistle, and it whistles whenever you're near the last ones, which is nice. Once again, I'm not really talking to the NPCs in this game. I probably should. They have funny things to say, usually dumb puns. Some jokes that I just plain don't get, probably because they are references that I don't understand. But, yeah. If you want to read all the NPC dialogue, I recommend playing this game for yourself. It is free, so you can just download it. I wonder what's in these boxes. I'm trying to think what pizza toppings the green and the yellow would represent, like cheese? Is that a huge lump of cheese? All of a sudden I've forgotten which... Okay. I'm on the right track, I just needed a reminder. Maybe cheese and... What would be green on pizza? Like, maybe oregano? Oregano's not that green. Oh hey look, it's Cappy! Yo, Cappy! I guess it would make some degree of sense for a mushroom to be the namesake of the Mario cap in Odyssey. That was the chicken dinner, by the way. Oh, did I not put these in the right spot? I messed up. I'm sorry. I know you're all very annoyed with me. Let's put this here, let's put this here. Yeah, there we go, that's all I messed up. You can move around during those cutscenes, so I'm sure people who really do speedrun this game to a better degree than I do would actually move around to the door during the cutscene and maybe even make it through where the camera is pointing. It'd be kind of fun to see. Maybe I'll look that up soon. This is probably the pizza right here that I tend to miss when going through this stage. I don't know for sure, but I feel like I'm usually pretty thorough, and then the times that I'm not, I'm like, ugh, I don't know where the one that I missed is. Again, that's why I wish there was that Mario Galaxy system where there's a clear indicator of how many you've collected and where you should be at any given point in the stage. Because after a certain point, I think you can't really get back. That's potentially true in this level, that's definitely true in the Pizza Planet stage, which is actually called, like, Plizanet or Pleetzanet, or I have no freaking idea how it's pronounced. Alright, that's not an efficient wall jump. I'm just gonna ignore that. I wanted to see if it had any chance of leading anywhere, like some fun secret, but probably not. Alley-oop. Yeah, but I guess if I miss anything, then I'll just have to cut and do over. Have a mulligan on that one. So, let's see. Is there anything else that has been going on lately that I can talk about? I did talk about the Oscars last time. I learned this morning that Joaquin Phoenix won the Oscar for Best Actor, which does not surprise me. I did see The Joker very recently, and I was very impressed by it. I thought it was a really good movie. Much more psychological than I was expecting, and like part of the reason that I wasn't watching it was I had gotten tired of superhero and supervillain movies, and I just figured, oh, this is another one of those, and also because when I first saw the thumbnail for the trailer of the Joker movie, when I saw that, I just thought, oh, that doesn't look like the Joker, this movie looks dumb. Because my interpretation of it was, the Joker has a very particular look, he has this very notably green hair, He has the red lipstick or whatever, you know, the red lining around his mouth. It's not lipstick, but you know what I mean. And very dark black outlines around his eyes. Anything else is just a regular clown. And to me, the Joker in the thumbnail looked like a regular clown. Also, this. I want to point this out because I hadn't noticed this before, but these stacks here are like the crates that pizza boxes are stacked on top of. I had only noticed this today, and I'm kind of amazed by this. It's probably not even that hidden of an observation to make. Like, it should be something that I already figured out, but I only figured it out just now, and I was just floored by this.
Pizza.
Hello. How you doing, Noid? Good angle.
Pizza. Pizza. Pizza.
Yeah, the Joker, I really liked. I did find the speech that Joaquin Phoenix presented to be interesting, because on one hand he was saying, you know, we need to not focus so much on canceling people, we need to be able to forgive people, and that's a great message. I think that's one that I think we need more of, especially in this day and time when cancel culture does exist. It might not necessarily work, but it is something that people attempt. And, yeah, that's just something that I think about sometimes. Like, I don't want to be canceled for some dumb mistake that I made 2 years ago, or 5 years ago, or 10 years ago, or however long, because people always change. Or at least, ideally, people always change. Some might not, but you know, I appreciated that aspect of the message. And it didn't seem like, even though he's an accomplished actor, it didn't look like he was very comfortable speaking in front of an audience. So, for someone who looked as nervous as he did, to make a speech like that was really something. But then he snuck in a message about being vegan, which I thought was really weird, because he is vegan, I'm pretty sure. And I think that decision was practically made for him. I'm not sure if it was really made by him, because he started at an early age. I could be wrong about that, but even still, he was talking about how you think about the violence that's done to cows in slaughterhouses and how maybe we should be more considerate of those cows, which I don't think is really comparable to canceling human beings, but it was just kind of tucked away in there. I didn't get it. And for the record, I was asked on Curious Cat not so long ago if I would ever consider being a vegan, and the answer is no. Like, I know that's maybe not the kind of thing that people want to hear, because I know that there are plenty of good reasons why someone would want to become vegan, but I'm just such a... not a carnivore, but I am an omnivore. I'm enough of a carnivore a lot of the time. And, meat is good for you, and I have a firm belief that we as humans are animals, and animals eat other animals, so... Alright, cool. I got all the pizzas and or pepperonis. Still no idea what they are. But, yeah, my stance on this is basically, I don't necessarily approve of the violence that occurs in slaughterhouses, but I'm still 100% okay with eating a cow or a pig or whatever other animal might be processed a certain way, as long as it tastes good and is helpful for our bodies. But hey, we all have different opinions on diets and things, and that's fine. I think there is an NPC somewhere around here that I never looked at. Oh, he's all the way over there. Maybe I'll talk to him later. Or her. I'm not sure if any of the... well, no, there are characters in here who are female. There's Olivia the Olive, who asks you if you're a man rabbit or if you're just a man in a rabbit outfit, which is pretty good. Yeah, Pliz Ain't It. That's what this level is called. I have a hard time collecting all the pizzas in this stage for some reason. I really hope that I don't miss any, but it could happen. And you know what? The first thing that I'm going to do is go out of bounds. No big deal, this is normal. I'm going to try to find the chicken dinner because it's very easy to, like, soft lock the game. Also, here's some sardines. At least I think they're sardines. That would make sense as a pizza topping. Maybe not a pizza topping I approve of, but a pizza topping nonetheless. And we have to make sure to preserve them, or else Zoidberg will eat the last ones in existence. Yeah, I don't know specifically where... Also standing on nothing. It's good. I don't know specifically where the chicken dinner is, but I know that it is somewhere relatively close to the main stage. Yeah, I think it's over here, because I'm seeing that zip line. That looks familiar. That is a zip line, right? Because there's a character out here that talks about, oh, you can use the zip line to get back. Which is weird because there's also this hook up here that is the soft lock hook. Really don't know why it's there. Home zone. You know, home zone. But yeah, here it is over here. This planet is remarkably and unexpectedly large. If you decide to explore the darkness of it, it just goes on for a while. It's not an open world game where you can walk in a straight line for 5 minutes and not get anywhere, but it's kind of close. Yeah, the texture warping is so... It's like distracting in this stage, but it's kind of great. Okay, I don't really want to be here yet. Oh, you know what? I think these might be the pizzas that I was missing last time. These over here. I didn't realize there were more on the opposite side of this little canyon, plateau, whatever it is. So that's nice. It's positive news. And I guess I'll get more of those later. I kind of want to just get back to where I was at the beginning. This is the core, and this is the zip line to the area that I have not traveled to yet in this playthrough. I have a hard time telling them apart sometimes because both of those zip lines upward look the same. Yeah, so we are underwater. We're not, like, submerged. We are just under some water. It doesn't make sense at the same time that it makes perfect sense from a game design standpoint. Plenty of games, I think, the way the water is coded, it's not actually an area in 3D space. It's just a flat plane that if you touch it, then it determines whether you're under or over. Even the water is fake, just code and cheese. Yeah, this is Ken, the mysterious glitch character who may or may not be inspired by the criminal who dressed up in the Noid outfit. I'm not really sure if that's true or not, that's just the supposition. Now I have to wonder, if this game is made of code and cheese, then where does the cheese come in? If the cheese is somehow, like, meshed in with the code of the game, does that mean if I decompile the game I can get literal cheese? That'd be pretty cool. You wouldn't download a pizza, would you? I sure would.
Pizza, 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 pizza.
I hope downloadable food becomes a thing.
Pizza, pizza, pizza.
End world hunger by pirating food. Anyway. Also, I enjoy that the flowers, these very Mario 64-esque flowers, are pizzas as well. I half expect to be able to stand in the middle of one of those little flower bunches and warp somewhere. Just I stand in the middle of one of those and end up somewhere in Bob-omb Battlefield. Clearly that's what this game would link to. It's actually a crossover, and you didn't know the whole time. Can I get any height off of this, please? A little bit of height. Might be able to get the pizza now. Pizza! Pizza crap! Oh well, back to the Wind Waker grappling. That is exactly what these are, just Wind Waker grapple branches. I may have mentioned that before. Wind Waker is one of those games that I wonder if I will ever play again, because it was, at one point, my favorite game, but then that's been true of quite a few games over my many years of gaming, and that became more erratically different. There was more variation in the games that I considered my #1 favorite game when I was young, and I went through plenty of games, and all of them were like a totally new experience for me, and I didn't have much context for, oh, there are plenty of other games that are also good. I was just discovering good games, and did not realize I would come to discover many more that were even better. I don't know if anything that I just said made sense, but yeah, like, Wind Waker was a really magical game for me when I first played it, and I played it multiple times, but I've kind of grown to feel like, as magical as it is, I really wish there were certain design decisions that were different with it. Just the 7.8 too much water, I don't think that was applied to Wind Waker. I think that was a Pokemon game, but I do feel like that would be kind of true with Zelda Wind Waker. I do feel like that game might have too much water. I wasn't bothered by the sailing the first few times that I played it, but now it's the main thing that I think about with that game is, oh, if I play it again, I'm going to have to do a whole lot of sailing, and I'm going to have to do the Triforce quest, and if the game just didn't have those aspects to it, it would be a much more tight, refined experience. Maybe not refined, but definitely tighter. Now I can collect these pizzas. Go into the triangle hole. Noid-shaped peg and triangular hole. Fits just as well. I don't think I collected the key around here with the pizza core. Blast core processing. Is this the right one? I hope it is. Nope, that's not the right one. I always get these two confused. Oh well. I enjoy the undulating the undulating core. Oh yeah, that's not activated yet. Blop. And on to the rocket. A giant rocket!